Now, we're talking Mamelodi Sundowns against Remo Stars, where they visited Abeokuta, and it was a thrashing. Now, the Brazilians kicked off their CAF Champions League journey with a trip to the MKO Abiola Stadium International on Sunday, 19th October, for the second preliminary round of a continental showpiece. Now, ranked amongst Africa's elite, the South African side received the first round bye, which is a nod to last season's run to the final, where they ultimately fell short against Egyptian giants Pyramids FC. Now, the visitors made a dream start as Tashwick Matthews broke the deadlock in just 12 minutes, curling home a superb strike from outside the box. But their momentum took a hit 10 minutes later when defender Malibongwe Koza was forced off with an injury, prompting an early substitution as Grant Kekana stepped in. Now, despite the setback, Sundowns maintained their attacking intent. Miguel Cardoso's men continued to press, and the pressure eventually paid off 3 minutes before the break as Peter Shalulile calmly slotted home to hand the Brazilians a commanding 2-0 lead, leading into halftime. Now, early in the second half, the hosts looked to break through Sundowns' lines, pushing forward in search of a response, but the visitors stayed compact, shutting down space quickly and springing into transition to create chances of their own. Now, that pressure paid off on the hour mark as Kuliso Mudau powered past his marker down the flank and delivered a pinpoint cross into the box, where Miguel Resino arrived at the right moment to steer the ball home and extend Sundowns' lead to 3-0. Now, the hosts had chances of their own, including a strike that rattled the crossbar, but Sundowns made theirs count. Arthur Sales connected with a crisp volley to add a fourth. Now, Remo Stars did manage to pull one back later on with Samson Olasupo. It was a beautiful goal, by the way. He beat goalkeeper Rowan Williams. It was to, his near side while he was expecting a shot at the far side. Beautiful work out there, and the fans really enjoyed that goal. Now, Sundowns continued to capitalize on the errors from Remo Stars with substitute Katlego Sabeleng making an instant impact to slot home the fifth. Now, with a commanding 5-1 victory in the bag, the Brazilians returned to South Africa full of confidence ahead of a second leg. Where do we start? Where do we start? Now, I personally knew that it was going to be a drubbing, but I didn't expect that it was going to be this much. 5-1 at home. Someone said there's no need for the second leg. I mentioned that maybe football should have a rule where you have something like you can throw in the towel like you do in boxing. Mamelodi Sundowns and Remo Stars are not on the same level. Mamelodi is steps above. I mean, they are finalists from last season. And considering that Remo Stars are just basically a new club into the African scene, the disparity showed on the pitch. Well, it was a big one. It was a big one over the weekend, right? Yeah. We mentioned during the show, why would it be that the Nigerian champions will be playing in a qualifying round against the South African champions? Yeah. But then we understand that due to coefficient, Mamelodi Sundowns are up there. Remo Stars are just coming up, just a new club. But did you expect that Remo Stars will lose by 5-1 at home?
And Mike, you know we've been talking about this, that they were going to lose. And
but we didn't expect it to be that much.
Well, I don't think look, okay, two different things. I expected them to lose, but I expected them to give a good showing of themselves. At least try and make the result respectable. Okay. Right? But I wasn't surprised to see 5-1 either, because it's Mamelodi Sundowns, 2016 champions. Also, they were in the finals last year. In the last 5 years, they have been showing up. When we've seen them getting to the final, getting so close. I was liking them on Saturday to the Manchester City of the Champions League now. I wouldn't say maybe the Real Madrid of the Champions League, but at least, they're coming up. Yeah, they're coming up. They're showing and the golfing class. Yesterday just proved the golfing class from the MPFL and the PSL. We keep trying to put down the PSL, talking about how Nigeria, a footballing nation, we have big stars out there. But locally,
why not?
We're nowhere.
Toyosi mentioned that this team, majority of this team, played out a goalless draw with our national team. Yeah. It was hard for our national team. How much more Remo Stars? We've not been doing well in Chan. Chan came up. Yeah. Chan gave us a clear, a description or a clear image of how our local league is. Yeah. The league is very poor. Yeah. It's very poor. What can we do? What did South Africa do? What did the PSL do that the MPFL can do? There was a time when we had the Eyimbas. Of course. If an Eyimba had come into here, Eyimba have 2 Champions League. Yeah. Mamelodi, of course, 2016, the last time they won, but finalists last year, of course, a painful loss to Pyramids. I was expecting them to pick it off. But we've had
even Rivers United in the last 5 years too have tried their best to at least try and put the Nigerian map out there, but it's not really just working.
It's not really just working.
But at the end of the day, Remo Stars, this is a learning curve for them. They were able to score 1 goal to at least give their fans.
Let's get to see that particular goal. For me, it was a beautiful goal. For me, look at it. Look at this goal. It was a beautiful goal.
It was.
The movement towards the goal. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at that pass. He put that ball down. And then look at Rowan Williams there. Look at this was a beautiful goal. Okay, can you pause it? Let's just get up to no, just hold on. Okay, just play. Let it go. Let's get the movement. Okay, now you can post it there. You can post it there. Okay, good. Now, if you take a look at this, if you take a look at that particular run, look at how, it was somewhere, from the center where you saw that run and then that push, and then he hits that ball down. He hits that ball down, gets to this point. Rowan Williams is expecting at his far side for that particular goal, not his near post. But Olasupo, it was for me that goal was beautiful enough as a consolation goal. They really worked their way. That means that Remo Stars, as it stands, they have the capacity, they have the capabilities to play good football.
No, they've been playing good football. It's just normally now just a different breed. They were just a side where I think in the first half we were already 2-0. In the second half, in second half the third goal came in, the fourth, the fifth, and it was just I also felt like their defense didn't do them justice. They didn't help at all. Yes, the defense of Remo Stars, they were not compact enough.
They're not compact.
Maybe it was too much respect or maybe fear. I really don't get it, but they were just too open. And
let's get to see that goal again and then move up to, maybe we'll just look at Mamelodi's 5th goal. But this was a beautiful goal. It was worth enough being well taken. It was worth a consolation goal, something that we really quite enjoyed. Then maybe let's see, by this time 4-1, I was thinking that the match would end, but then it went up. There was a 5th goal. There was a 5th goal, and at this point, man, Obas was just, come on, man.
I remember this goal. It was just
come on. They were just walking into the defense. I get that. How
open?
I mean, pause it there, please. Yeah, just get there. It was just walking through. They were basically just walking in through.
And now they go back to South Africa.
Is there any need for the second leg?
I saw a tweet where someone said that, is there a reason why they have to fly back to South Africa again? To go I said, look, you have to. It's mandatory. Because if they can win 5-1, pick 5-1 at Ikene here, how much more when you go back to Sundowns, the number of goals you're going to drink? Like, I just feel for Remo Stars, but at the end of the day, look, they just got promotion two seasons ago. They won the league last year. It's a learning curve. They're coming up. All of these defeats, they'll soak it all in and use it for experience and be like, okay, next time we're going to do better.
All right, let's see what happens here across the rest of the world. Let's head to Europe.